All right, week 3 of October. This is a week recap. This time I just went through everything, so it's like all familiar to me, like off the bat. Don't have to do too much, um, looking into it. I'm already familiar with everything, so hopefully this method goes by faster than starting off from scratch. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop straight into this one. We're starting off on Monday. What is this? Monday, October 13th. All right. So, maybe I can just do this for now, like, just for a quick analysis. Okay, so for one, two things I already see off the bat is we made a new week opening gap. As you can tell on the 1 hour, we have a new week opening gap. On the 4 hour, we are inside of a massive 4 hour imbalance from last week on Friday when we just dumped from the tariff announcement. We also have this unmitigated 4 hour right there. Excuse me. We have an unmitigated hourly that we just tapped into before market open, so not really too much on that. We have an unmitigated gap down here, which if we are going to target this, I would be looking to target new week opening gap just because it's right beneath it. There's like, I don't see a reason we tap this gap and push up. Like, there's no way we don't tap this if we are going bearish. So let's see, anything else? No, that's about it. I'll go ahead and turn the session indicator on. So on both pairs, we take out Asia. There's no SMT or anything like that. This does, in my eyes, looks like this is our manipulation right here, and looks like we can distribute lower. So what else do we have? We have unmitigated 15-minute right there. Yeah. All right. So that's basically the bias. This is the, all right, this is right when market opens. All right, so we run up, we take these highs. We don't take them here on ES, so we leave in SMT. Let me just be sure. Excuse me. All right. So the rest of my drawings are going to show. We leave as SMT, so this does look like a market open short. I actually didn't see this whenever I came into today, so let's see what happens. We have a 5-minute gap. If we inverse this, this would look like nice shorts. Yeah, this is very, very clean. I like this. Wow, okay, we don't even get a chance to enter, but if we did inverse this, this would have been a very nice short. A great, entry would be around like here. Stop anywhere up here, honestly, just pretty discretional. Break even at this low, targeting all of this low resistance that we have. Damn, that looked nice. That just sucks that we didn't get it. This market open, yeah. But let's see, what else do we have? Pretty much, the shorts are invalid. It wouldn't really look for anything too much. We do end up, we have a nice rejection wick off here. We have an SMT, that right there. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, SMT, let's see what else we respected on here. This was at 7, so we left an SMT. On NQ, we have this unmitigated gap. Okay, we edged it. We didn't hit that 15-minute, but we are rejecting off of this 15-minute right there, as well as this hourly. And we most definitely have like a 5-minute somewhere. Yep, right here. I don't like how this got edged. I think this was the 15-minute. We also had equal lows right there on the 5-minute time frame. That would have been beautiful if we took that. But yeah, this looks like very decent longs. We still have session highs available, which is this London high. This SMT really like confirms this trade because, as I said, coming to this day, it looked pretty bearish, especially with the SMT at market open. But yeah, let's see what trade there was. Okay, so we have a 5-minute right there. This looks like a really solid trade. So really risky, but there's a reason the stops is, or the break-even point is very, very close, which is this 5-minute that we made. Since we edged it before the entry, this is perfect because now we know like the probabilities of this 5-minute getting tapped are very, very high. So if anything, it's either a win or a break-even, like 99% of the time. We do hit the 5-minute and then immediately get break-even, and this looks It's kind of scary, to be honest. So we don't have any inverses. Maybe there's a 30-second, but I'm not sure. So if you wanted, that wouldn't have been a bad short, especially confirming with our bias being bearish for the day. If we did get a 30-second, I need to upgrade my plan so I can see the 30-second and not use the top flip charts. But anyways, I think we get longs off here. So there's, at this point in time on this first 5-minute candle, we inversed a 2-minute right there. And we also inverse a 3-minute. So if they're like close at the same time. So if we check this real quick, yep, at the same exact time. So this is a valid entry, even though we didn't inverse the 5-minute yet. You could wait for this for extra confirmation, or you could take this right here, because this 2 and 3-minute literally close at the same time. We also have that 1-minute inversion. Even right here, we have that 1-minute inversion. Yeah, this is very solid. If you put your stops, like, what would be a good stop? And you don't want it all the way down here. That's crazy. How many points? 320. Oh, yeah, that's insane. That is a crazy, crazy stop loss. I mean, maybe you could actually, if you want to target London, to have about a 1.6R, almost a 1. Basically 1.5. That wouldn't be too bad. If you waited for the 5-minute, we already had that retracement once we entered on this 2 minutes. So we already have that deep retracement in this 1 minute. This would have been a scary stop. This would have been valid because we have a gap right here, and this wick, putting it beneath this wick, gives us room for this fair value gap to hold. So we'll just put stops right here. And let's see the 5-minute. Five-minute honestly can just be either at this body close or at this wick close, because we already had the retracement. There's no reason at all for us to come back down and fill this gap. Okay, yes, inverse the gap, but this one respected, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, targets of here. What would be a great break-even point? We have a pretty nice trend line right here. Not really trend line, just low resistance, but where's my thing? There we go. All right, break-even point. Okay, this is a crazy break-even point. I don't remember having that there. Honestly, just at this next high. Yeah, it would just be here, this break-even point. For this trade, break-even right there. And maybe for the 5-minute, you would want to have a break-even point that's a little bit higher. Dude, I'm brain dead right now. What the hell? Edge break-even there. We hit the break-even point for the 5-minute trade. Let's see if that break-even point is like a wrong one. At a 1-to-1, that would be... Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good break-even point right there. We have this 15-minute high that we have. I think we actually don't take full TP here. We actually run down, yeah. Oh, wait, maybe we don't. Let's see. Okay, well, you would have got break even anyway, so. This 5-minute would have lost. This initial trade would have held, but yeah, scaling at this break even or even at this 15-minute definitely would have been the move here, especially considering today was actually, on Monday was actually a bank holiday, so it would have been very smart to scale or just take full profits here, knowing it's a bank holiday. But dude, bank holidays are insane. I noticed that they're always winning trades. Like, there's never any losing trades. So unfortunately, didn't take anything. I just didn't really like how this 1 minute looked. It looked really ugly to me in my eyes, which still is. Even though this did hit, it's still pretty ugly to me. But not a bad trade at all. This 5 minutes definitely a higher confirmation trade. This one is a better. Actually, the 5-minute had a better risk reward ratio. But yeah, so that's 2 for 2 on that one. Let's head into Tuesday. All right, let's see. Is this the one? 9 through 10. Okay. Yeah, all right, this is the one. actually bring this back to 9. It used to be 8 through 9. Oh, that was my bad. Okay, so coming into this day, we have this new week opening gap that got not completely filled, but we tapped into it, probably hitting the CE of it or around there. 15-minute inverse. We have pretty nice low resistance right here. We also have a session high. Both pairs, I think, filled that gap. Yeah, both. I think ES filled it completely, almost. But yeah, obviously looking long off here, looking to reject from here towards this. Let's see, what else do we have real quick? We have a 4-hour up here. We have a nothing on the 1 hour, but we have a 15-minute. So this internal high is actually also a London high. So this is perfect, perfect draw on liquidity for the day. Now we just, would wait for an entry. All right, so market opens, we dump. We have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trend line right here. Oh, I already have that marked out. Like, look at that. It's just perfect. Let me remove these. All right, so if we run through this, we have, so we sweep this low here. What the hell is that screeching noise? That's bothering me. Still holding that, right? Yep, we just filled it a tad bit more. I think we've completely filled the entire gap. Where the hell is it? Yeah, we completely filled it here on ES, and on NQ we filled it enough, well over the CE of this gap. We also take liquidity. There's not really much of an SMT, but just considering this is a new week opening gap, this is a perfect rejection level, so looking for longs here would be great. We have a 1 minute, a 1 minute, and a 1 minute. I think the highest time frame was a 2 minute because we have that. Yeah, we have a 2 minute gap there. Nothing else. So break even point would be at this 5 minute. This is literally so perfect. I didn't take this. I don't know why I didn't take this. This kind of hurts. Looking back on this, we have a set of equal highs here. I think we had another set of equal highs. I don't know why they're not marked. I guess we didn't, but yeah, a great break-even point. As I said, this 5 or 5, not a 15 minute. Let me check if it was a 15 minute or not. So we don't have a 15 minute, but yeah, I think this day I wanted a little more confirmation than just the 2 minute, just because we didn't have an SMT. Wanted to see like a 5 or 15 minute pullback, and unfortunately we did not get that until like way up here after we took all this out. Once we take this out, I'm not even looking to trade anymore. I'm just looking at, because we can easily reverse off this and continue this trend line. So ideally I wanted a continuation model around here before we take these highs. Didn't get that, so it's really, really unfortunate. If we just play this trade out, we just rally up, and as you can see, no continuation model here. But once we come all the way up here, after we run the majority of this trend line, and the last strong liquidity we have from this trend line is this London, which is also in hourly. I don't know why I have hourly up there. Oh, it is an hourly. So ours is very tiny, I couldn't tell. So we have hourly right there, which is also a 4-hour, as you can see. So this continuation wasn't even bad. It was just, I just wanted to be in earlier, so at this point I was off the market. So we have a 5 minute. What the heck? Okay, so we have a 5 minute here, actually. I didn't see this. We have a 5 minute that gets tapped there. Let's see if this gets stopped or not, because I don't know why I didn't see that when I was looking over it. All right, technically this is invalid. If you are a risk taker and you just, honestly, this just looks like an eval trade. We have a 2 minute right there. That 1 minute's pretty valid though. Stops at this low. But there's really just no break-even point. Like, where do you go break even at? It already got hit. So this is pretty invalid. It's a nice 1-to-1 though. But yeah, man, there's just no break-even point. Not even on the 15 minute. If we check the 5 minute, there might be something. No, not even. Yeah, literally just dog shit. I guess you could go break even once we take, or once we like break structure on the 1 minute. like right here, we didn't necessarily break structure, but we do have a CISD, so you could go break even there, I guess. But this is just chop central. Once you see these wicks, just know it's over. Eventually does get break even, and then we tap into this 5 and 15 minute, so we completely fill. Never mind, we do not completely fill, my bad. But we tap deeper into this 5 minute, and then tap this unmitigated 15 minute, and then we get a 1 or a 2, probably a 2. Let me check. Okay, yeah, it's a 1 minute entry right there for a continuation model. Or not. Alright, well, let's see if we had an SMT there. We have the SMT, as you can tell. Nothing else on the lower time frame, just this SMT. Here's the 1 minute entry. This is great delivery count. You can put your stops around right here, more discretional instead of all the way down here. Because if we do that, I don't think it is a 1-to-1. It's 1.4 now. It's a little under a 1-to-1. So right here is perfectly normal. Great discretionary stop loss. Break even point at this high right here, which is also backed by a fair value gap, and we don't have anything else. Why does the chart take so long to load? Yeah, so a pretty good break even point. Maybe scale here, just because I think this was a no news. Let me check. Okay, we had Powell speaking at 12:20, so this is pretty dangerous. Scaling here would have definitely been the play, just because we might save this to get ran through for when Powell speaks, but I think this did end up getting hit, so we ended up hitting that. And at this point, it's past kill zone, nothing else to take. I mean, you could probably take shorts off here. Let's see what there is. We have a 5 minute, so if we get an inverse, okay, we respect the 5 minute, and then we get a dump here. This is a pretty clean trade. Unmitigated discounted 15 minute, which is also a BPR right there. Great targets. Break even at the 5 and the 15 minute right here. Okay, yeah, that was fucked. I wouldn't trade this anyways. I just wanted to test it out, see how it played out. But you got wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. What else about this day? Really nothing else. Just a winning trade here and then a winning continuation. So far we're still 2 for 2. Where's this one? Yeah, still 2 for 2. Now, getting into Wednesday, let's see. This day was pretty tricky. Was a winning day, however, it was a losing day, if that makes sense. So, 2 losses prior to the win, but for me personally, I'm off after 2 losses. Like, I'm not looking to trade at all. So, I did miss out on a win after. But let's get straight into it. Let's see if this is faster if I do it like this with the analysis already up here. So we have nothing much on the hourly. Actually, let's just check if we have these highs up here. Okay, we do have an SMT right there at these highs. Does look to be a great draw though, so we'll see how that plays. It might get taken by the time we get to market open. Let's see. Okay, not yet. All right, so we have a great draw on liquidity here. That's backed by a 15 minute, probably a 5 minute too. Yep, right there. We have relatively equal lows, which look almost like exact equal lows. So it's really nice DOL, backed by a 5 minute again, and I think it is an unmitigated 15 minute. Yep, it is. So this is a great draw. These two are great draws, honestly. So if either of these get hit, looking along that. So market opens, we immediately dump straight to these draws. Okay, leaving the daily high and then this Asia high. Let's see, where is it that we took the entry? Okay, so off here we take that 15 minute, we tap into that 15 minute, also taking liquidity, and we have a decent entry model. I do like how volatile these candles are. Just this close could have definitely been better. It's really close, so that's one thing I didn't like. Break even point was this gap right here, it's not these highs because we have tapped into these highs 1, 2, 3 times. And so if we are going to be bearish, these highs are likely to be protected. So I'll just go break even once we hit inside of this fair value gap. Unfortunately, it did not happen. We got stopped immediately within like 3 minutes. But right after that, we do form another fair value gap, and this entry was perfect. Okay, this just beautiful. All right. So we don't exactly tap this fair value gap. We do come very close to it. So this is extra confirmation. Like, okay, we can at least tap this, and I'm down to go break even here. But the mechanical, I would probably stick to the mechanical break even just to give this a little bit more breathing room. But we don't even get that. We get stopped immediately again. And honestly, on this one, once we got stopped here, I feel like I just should have waited for this DOL to get hit just because it was so perfect. But just seeing how this delivery looked, it looked too perfect just to not take. So ended up taking a loss there, and then we ended up finally taking this DOL out, making an SMT on the 15-minute right there. And we get, let me check if it was a 1 or a 2-minute. So a 1-minute entry, and this is the one that ended up delivering. This delivery was even better than this one. It was like it kept upgrading every setup we got. Stop could be right there. After seeing these two lose, if you were to go break even, this lines up with the same gap. So this definitely would have been the mechanical. No, it's not mechanical. It's still discretional, but would have definitely been the play here to go break even after seeing these two trades lose. These were perfect setups too. The second one, but the first one was. They both have their pros and cons. This one didn't have as much delivery as this one, but this one had a better narrative because we took the steel out right there. And this one we could have just waited for this to get hit. So they both have their pros and their cons, but this one, everything aligned. We have the sweep, we have the SMT, and we have the best delivery. So this really sucks. Wanted to take it so bad. Ended up hitting two. And then I think, let's check if we got a continuation model. I don't know if we did. I don't think so because we didn't have anything marked. Yeah, nothing marked, but yeah, perfect draw on liquidity right there as well. Dang, dude, that sucks. Unfortunately, did not capitalize on that day. But then Thursday, this day we actually edged a similar draw on liquidity. So we didn't take the trade, but we still took a continuation model. So going to market open. 1, 2, 3. All right. So market open, we have equal, well, not equal lows, but they again look almost exactly like equal lows. We have the relatively equal lows. We also have a 5 and a 15-minute that are backing these lows right there, as you can tell. Unmitigated 5-minute. Let me mark that out because I don't know if this got hit or not. Oh my gosh. Nothing is fucking loading. Alright, just know this is the 5-minute, alright? Trying to mark it out, but this bullshit ass trading view is not working, so. Off market open, we have these highs up here. Let me define the targets. We have these highs up here, which look great, the previous day highs. We have this 15-minute breaker block. Well, not even a 15-minute, it's just a breaker block in general. We have a 15-minute gap up here, is what I meant to say. We have a hourly gap, and let's check if that was a 4-hour. Probably not. Yeah, no. Okay, so now we got everything out the way. Let's just play this out and see how it runs. So we do end up running up. We take this liquidity here. There is a decent 1-minute setup, I think. Let's see if we had any SMTs. Okay, so we do have an SMT right there. If we get a short, this would be pretty nice. Okay, I think I remember this actually. So we did get a short. And I paper traded this because I didn't like the delivery, how like long we were taking to inverse this gap. So I just paper traded this with a stop up here and then targets toward this data low and this extreme relatively lows. I ended up getting stopped. Luckily it was a paper trade though. We reswept up here. This looks like a cleaner entry just because we took a higher time frame deal. We took the previous day and we left that SMT right there. So this is perfect right there. Have a very high time frame SMT. Okay, now let's see which the highest time frame inversion that we have. Okay, the 2 minute target's down here for about a 1-to-1. This is perfect. We also have this 5 minute. Break even point would be, I guess, at this swing low right here, but these data lows look so perfect that I don't even know if I would go break even here or not. Probably just wait for these data lows to get hit. But this trade, yeah, this was chop. This was chop central. We ended up smacking the data lows. We didn't hit these extreme, relatively equal lows. So this is a break-even trade. But what else was I gonna say? So we did get a long here. Well, technically it's not a long. It was a long setup mechanically because we did take this data low. But dude, waiting for this draw was definitely the move. If you did not wait for this, if you just took this, you're kind of a retard. Because there's no way you wouldn't have waited for this DOO to get hit. This is so likely that we could have just gave a setup and faked this out and come down lower. Exactly, you know, this was like more like a lesson learned from the previous day. As you saw on Wednesday, we 2 losses, bro. 2 losses before we actually delivered from a DOL, and definitely learned from my mistake that day. And then this one is the one that unfortunately played out. So we did not hit this. Actually, I don't know why I marked that. If I knew that this didn't get hit, I'm kind of a retard. Let's see what else. So we get that 1 minute. Here's the entry if you did take this, because this is still a mechanical setup. Targets would be up here, and this ended up getting break even. The break even point would be right here. And so I was very happy about that. We ran up, we did not take this DOL up here, and ended up getting break even. And right when that happened, we tapped into a 5 minute, and we got a 1 minute entry right here. Wait for the next one. There we go. 1 minute entry. Stops could be at this low right there. Break even here. This is a little bit over 1-to-1, but my targets were this breaker block, and final TP was all the way up here towards this hourly gap. Did not end up hitting full TP, and you know, fortunately, we did scale half my position here. So didn't, because I scaled half, moved stop to break even, and then the rest of my position got stopped for break even. Would have sucked if I just tried to hold for full TP. So the smart move was to scale, which I did, and then we just chopped up here. And that's pretty much it for this day. We did end up getting a short here off this 5 minute. No, unless you waited for this 5 minute, this looks pretty decent. And we could have targeted these lows here, and then again we just, wait, did we actually hit that? Oh, we actually did hit it. Never mind. What was it? There was oh, it's probably tomorrow. It was probably tomorrow. Okay, it was probably on the next day, which was Friday. This was a nice 5 minute short, to be honest with you. But I don't trade that time. Let's see, do we have anything on the 15 minute? No. All right, that's it for that day. Let's move on to the last day, because this recap honestly feels like it took longer than the other ones. Alright, so we have London high, we have this not an intermediate high, but we just have this random 15 minute high. We have a 4 hour up here. Okay, 4 hour. We also have true day open, which you can see right there. And then we have this level of, you see these body closes are closing at the relatively like the same level. Pretty strong resistance level if you ask me, so have that marked out as well. And we have London high right there, or Asia. I don't know why I have this marked out as London. All right, we have an hourly right there. We have equal lows, which is also a 5 and a 15 minute. This is the one. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so you have a perfect DOL right there. Okay, this is, I don't know how we didn't hit this. We have this high so far that we made. So just looking for this DOL to get hit. That's all I'm looking to get hit before I go long. Market open, we end up running up. So boom, market open, we run up. We take this high. We actually get short right here off this inverse. Break even at the swing low, and then of course your TP would be here for the perfect RR, about a 1.5. You would have got extremely edge right there, and this is the long. Literally the same thing happened on Friday. Let's go back to Friday really quick. Because was Friday really that bad? I mean, we do have the S&T already, so it's not needed. It's not like these are equal lows. I mean, it's a great draw on liquidity. I mean, yeah, I would have still waited for this to get hit. But this one, this is a whole nother level of edging, bro. This is exact equal lows. An unmitigated 15 minute, an unmitigated 5 minute. This is the one where if you took this, bro, you gotta be out of your mind. You had to be lucky, bro. There's no way. TP all the way up here. All those draws. This is a pretty high R, almost a 3. This is about a 2.75. Break even point would be, this would be a nice break even point off this gap right here. We also have that 3 minute. It's pretty close. I think the 1 minute, okay, we have a 1 and a 2 minute right there. That's a pretty good break even point. We'll go ahead and mark that. This did end up hitting. Really unfortunate. Okay, right here we gave a re-entry. This, right when this candle closes, we made a 5 minute, so it looks kind of odd. Let me just show that right there. We already hit the DOL, so this is just a pattern trade, to be honest with you. We get a 2 minute inverse right there. And I mean, it does hit towards these, around these levels that we had marked out. If we mark this out, a little less than 1-to-1, but if you aim for 1-to-1, still would have smacked. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this trade recap. This took very long. Oh my gosh, my back hurts. Not even a trade recap, sorry, a week recap. Let's see for this. So this day this was a break-even trade, so we did hit. Let me mark that out. The short looked beautiful, man. Did hit for over 1-to-1, but ended up getting break even. So it's still a win. This one was a winning trade. This one was a winning trade. So wow, 3 for 0 on Friday. Let's see. This day we had. This would not have been a trade. This isn't like a market open play. Not really. Wait. When did we get the entry? I don't remember when, but this, I did show a paper trade that I took, but definitely was not considered a trade. This is just straight pattern trading. That's why I took it on paper. We did give a short here though, which did bank. Well, not bank actually. We had break even. What am I saying? What the fuck? Where are we? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that 2 minute ended up getting break even. We had this winning trade, which honestly wasn't that bad now I look at it. Like I was saying, I would wait for that low to get hit, which I would, and I would do again over and over, but honestly, not a bad trade. If anything, it would be like a good eval trade. This was perfect. Yeah, the S&T. Very nice delivery from there. This is the wrong day. What the hell? What am I doing, bro? Here we go. This is the S&T. And I knew something was off because I remember this being the leading index. But then again, we still had great delivery right there. Ended up being break even. So it wasn't a winning trade, it was a break even. If it hit over 1-to-1, we'll count it as a winning trade though. So it did hit over 1-to-1. This one actually, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we have a break even, winning trade. We won't count this. This was after kill zone, so we won't count this. So we're 2 break evens, we're 1 win. On Friday we're at 3 break evens so far. We're at 2 wins. DOL's already got hit. This is risky. Wouldn't really count this as a trade. So we're at 2 wins and 3 break evens so far. 2 wins, 3 break evens. Let's try to remember that. Wednesday, let's see what we have here. I don't know how many trades we have. 1, 2. Okay, so we're at 2 wins, 2 losses. We're at 3 wins now. 3 wins, 2 losses, 3 break evens. Okay. Wow. It's crazy. This day was horrible. Dude, oh my gosh. I hate that day. Gives me trauma. Tuesday, we're at a win here. And then another continuation win. This is a pretty good continuation. See, I didn't count the other one because we already took the DOL and it was more like a pattern trade. But this one, we still have the DOL open, the main DOL. Even though we ran most of this trend line, we still have the main DOL open to be taken. So that's why this one counted. 2 wins that day. And then, let's see, for Monday, with a bank holiday, we had a winning trade here and then winning trade here. I'll just count one just because... now we'll count both. They're both setups. One was a 5-minute and one was just an earlier entry. So yeah, we have 2, let me keep that account. 2 wins. Tuesday we had 2 wins. So that's 4 wins. Wednesday we're at 2 losses and 5 wins. Okay, so we're 5 for 2 right now. Excuse me. 5 wins, 2 losses. Wait, Monday was 2, Tuesday was 2. Okay, 5 for 2, and then we have 1 break even, and then we have another break even, so we're 5, 2, and 2, and then we have a winning trade, so we're 6, 2, and 2, and if we go on to Friday, we are, to end this off, another break even, so it's 3 break evens. 3 break evens. This is a winning trade. So we're 7. And this one, I'm not going to count this one. This is more like a pattern trade since we took that 4-hour and everything. So, okay. So just to cap it off, just to be sure, because my mind is kind of all over the place right now. 1 win, 1 break even. Okay, 1 win, 1 break even. 2 break evens, 3 break evens, 2 wins. I'm not going to count the losses. I already know there's 2. What the fuck, bro? I forgot about the wins again. Okay. I gotta lock in. So we're at 1 win right there. 1 win. And 1 win. So we're at 3 wins. And how many? We're at 3 break evens. Whatever, bro. We already discussed. I'm not doing this bullshit. I'm gonna end this off here just because I'm done. I got a lot of shit to do, and it's already about it's 1:30, bro. What the fuck? Why is this recap so long? All right, that's gonna be it for this recap. I'm gonna go ahead and end this off. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Peace.